What? It's over already. Maintenance on a Thursday. It's over already. All right, we're back. Back to live. Haven't done keys on live in a well. I don't think it was that long. I think it was last Tuesday. We're gonna give it a shot. I guess I gotta get that folio quest done too. So yeah, we'll get some stuff done. At worst, we'll get that done. And if it goes well, then yeah, I don't know. It's probably gonna be the last stream for the week. We only got the 2 in, but for some reason it goes well, then we'll maybe stream again tomorrow. But yeah, I gotta get some videos made. We got a lot. We're behind on those, so. Next title of an email is Tank Couldn't Tank Garfrost Leads to Disband. Okay. That sounds interesting. Into May. May 3rd is the submission, so we're fucking 2 full months behind now. But I think around this time was when I started cutting the line. Yeah, there's a couple that we already reviewed, so. B-Dog, what's up? Do you have any advice for someone who knows they like tanking but can't seem to stick to a main? I don't know. It's just my personality. I don't think there's, like, for me, I used to like alts, but it was mostly because it felt like, I don't know, the game used to have, like, kind of like a limit on what you could achieve on a character, you know? And then once they got rid of that concept, like especially in Legion, I slowly stopped like liking alts. So like if there's not like a character that like you think like, man, this is who I am, you know what I mean? Like that's how it feels for Blood. Like that's who I am. I don't know. Maybe keep trying more. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. For me, there's a identity there. It's just something that happened. I didn't choose it. It's not really something that I can give you advice on how to find. It's just what happened. But before it was Holy Pally. Like I felt the same way about Holy Pally. Like there's like a legacy here. Like I love Paladin. I love the Paladin lore and the Death Knight lore in Warcraft 3. You know what I mean? Like this is 20 years in the more like 25 years in the making. So it wasn't something that just happened. It was something that just kind of became like it was just what happened because of my personality and my tastes. So I don't really unfortunately I don't think there's any advice I can give you, but I mean if you don't want to play alts, then just don't, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're sick of playing alts or something like that, then just don't play them anymore. I think that's actually better, right? Actually no, I think it has less versatility. You also don't have to stick to a main. The seasonal nature of the WoW. Yeah, you don't have to, but I mean, obviously, if you want to get really good at it and you want to get like 1% or whatever, you know, you're gonna have to. Unless you have nuts numbers of time to play. I never spent these. Buy a bunch of gold things. It's only 1,000 though, right? Yeah, that's not a lot. But that's enough, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna see what happens. Algathar, yikes. That is 20. What's out there? There's a couple keys already. Skyreach, we need that one. Magister's Terrace, we did get. Algathar, we need. Skyreach, we need. There's a good amount of keys. Oh, there's a lot of keys listed. Whoa. Alright. We got invited to the Oceanic one. What's going on? Oh, that's not the way you want to start when you get invited to an Oceanic key. It's just some transfer situation though. Every once in a while, I think it was like, there's people who don't actually live in Australia but still play on Oceanic. Usually that causes issues. Right into the thick of it. Yep, well, we were until we lost the healer. But yeah, that was I think that's gonna be temporary, that lag situation. I gotta get the sheet up. We haven't touched it in a little bit. I think we didn't like miss a whole week or nothing, right? 8 days ago. So this was, yeah, no, it's all right. It's only, yeah, so this is week 7 for our sheet. Week 7. Very good. Hopefully we'll swerve the priests, but see. Nope. Oh yeah, I don't have consumables. Yeah, I forgot about that Olive Garden thing. Pasta pass. I guess I'm not gonna even go for it. I'm not gonna get up there enough. I can't really put $100 into that. It sounds like a great deal, but it's just too far away. How do I clear that? What the hell? Right. Priest. This priest, I assume. I'd like to see more holy. But nope, for some reason everybody's discount. Don't really feel like it's very good right now. Dogworthy, what's up? Did failed 14 Skyreach because the group didn't know not to drop eggs on top of each other. Oh yeah. Probably just didn't even pay attention to it a lot of times. What was there, just like multiple birds up, or what did it look like? Every single egg was broken on each other. Oh. Just getting back in the game. I used to learn all the dungeons from you. Back for more now. Oh yeah? No, how long has it been? If you have any questions, let me know. think it's gonna be as hot today. So that's comforting. I played Dragonflight. Oh, okay, cool. Well, sweet. If you have any questions, let me know. This guy's 4K.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's see how we survive. The different character is like totally different. You can feel the difference. I have like way less haste on this character compared down the PTR. I'm pretty sturdy though. Yeah, that's nice. He's pretty stable the whole time. That went pretty well. Wasn't even in any danger. Okay. Well, for some reason it doesn't actually knock us off now. After Priest just died. Priest did get knocked off, so that's that. Always how it goes. We're actually sturdy and stable, and then something dumb like that happens. Fuck, man. Could have salvaged this.
Only the strongest survive.
Guy reach. Six priest. Was it balance? Pretty sure balance. Devour and Ellie. Oh no, Pharaoh, yeah. Pharaoh, Ellie. It's funny that he doesn't, he's bonking. I thought, that's what I thought too. It's weird. It says Pharaoh. Did he switch mid-key or something? Look back into that if you don't mind. I don't know what the... I swear he was bonking. Puts you back in the center when you get knocked off towards the stairs. That's probably it, yeah. Okay. No danger yet again. That's surprising. Maybe it's the combo of this priest. Oh yeah, that fucking shit. It already reset too, so I can't even go back and look at the... I'll have to look at the VOD or something. Here comes a shear. Most things are dead. Played talent, eat my prop poly up. That mob made me re-roll. Oh, really? I bet you could probably spell warding the shear. That's the hard part. I can AMS it. It's nature damage apparently, that's why.
I will slice the flesh from your bones.
Yeah, why is my what the hell? The Blizzard created CD tracker was wrong. Alright. Telling me my spell's available, but it was not. I'll go over your keys, thank you.
Beware.
It's looking like a long fight. Single target DPS kind of low. Yeah, it doesn't look that low. But yeah, just 20, it's long, you know. 3.5 in a fight.
Beware.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How'd that refresh? I blinded them. God, this fucking mob. This mechanic is so dumb. Bro, I'm gonna die to this. Very long pack. 2-minute pack there. Okay, there's Purgatory Lost. What's the best healing class for this season? Right now, Monk for sure. That's changing soon, it looks like, but based on the testing we did yesterday, it looks Preservation like they might be really strong. Holy Pally's fun? Oh yeah, yeah, they're definitely fun. I had Monk last year. It sucked. I had to hit every time. Then I leveled up a Shaman and Druid. I gotcha. They're last year. You're talking about last expansion? They're way more powerful than they were last expansion right now. But season is almost over, so I wouldn't faced anything on this season currently. Maybe Druid won't be number 1 again. They don't. We'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Resto Shaman's pretty fun. They have a nice kit too, for pugging especially. Yeah, its damage is way higher in this fight. This is the double set. Then we get Soak. Who should we take it off of? Just whoever's closest, I guess. That was fun to heal even as low item level. Oh yeah. Yeah, Shaman has some interesting spells that they can use in their kit. Hey Neo, what's up? Long time no see. How you been? Gustav, what's up? Welcome as well. Where's the damage? Good question, yeah. Zero deaths, feeling like it's not an upgrade right now. This guy also is not Ellie anymore? I'm so confused. I swear he was Ellie before. Will you get the 1% mount? No. Unfortunately not. Unless something crazy happens. Like, you never know. Maybe, like, Raider IO is just way wrong or something. You never know. All my Devourers are either Feast or Famine on DPS. Oh, yeah.
Beware.
Hopefully I'll get more Havocs in Season 2. I doubt it. But it'll depend on tuning, I suppose, if Havoc's stronger or something, maybe. A lot of times, data, like, skews towards range anyway, just because it's easier to play, even if they're both, like, equal, you know what I mean?
Beware.
I can't really afford that kind of death. But we didn't waste the battle res on it, at least. Eldrachi is good. Havoc will be meta. Oh, really? I think there's only 10 or so tanks that aren't Brew or Bear in the who are in the 1% range. The 1% range, or do you mean the title range? Probably more than 10 in the 1%, but yeah. It ain't pretty. Balance is not great this season, and then meta slaving is all-time highs. Okay, 2 people just fell off. Sweet. At least I'm familiar with Havoc. Devour is a question mark for me. Oh, really? Is that Demon Hunter boosted? I'm not sure. I think he just might have made a mistake. Don't think you'd survive a 20 key if you were boosted. People just say that because, like, that guy made a mistake that I don't think I would make if I was in that situation. When in reality, the game is just sometimes chaotic. Bro. Ah, man. Mobs have fucking long arms. Good news for AMS. Two mistakes and we were done in those higher keys. Oh yeah. I always like to try to fight it out and see where we're actually at to know how much time we have, especially since this is resilient. But I have a feeling we won't be finishing this key one way or the other. Oh, what the hell? How did all that aggro? That's not right. Less there, maybe.
Your survival.
I wasn't supposed to all
wasn't
aggro.
necessary.
This is at least 2 minutes overtime. Gotcha. Well, we'll never find out, unfortunately. What was the split after the third boss? I'm not sure. We'll take a look if we have some time here. It's disheartening, losing 2 kills just because I wanted to skip. It really kills the mood, huh? What does that mean? Spending like 30 minutes in a dungeon just to vote to abandon is weird. After that point, I don't expect it to stay, but... Alright, we gotta see this VOD here. A little confused on this druid. And to be honest, the shaman. I could have swore he was Ellie. I guess they have a lot of spells that look similar nowadays. Yeah, see, at first this guy is balanced. When the fuck does he switch to feral? In between keys, I guess, yeah. Okay, so he was balanced for the first key. The other guy was enhanced the whole time, I guess. Probably also was unhappy with his damage, because at that point he's doing half the damage of the other people. Yeah, I guess at no point that guy's Ellie. Alright. I swore I saw Ellie stuff. After first disband, I assume it was because of lack of kicks. Could be that too, yeah. Okay, we need to go get that folio quest. Get started on that while we wait. Last boss is pretty long on higher keys. That's the big issue with the timer in this dungeon. More and more ads needing to be killed hurts it. Alright, where are we at here? I hear they added a new portal. For some reason. Is that it? Yeah. I didn't... There's also another one somewhere else. I didn't even know this. There's also one up here for some reason. I didn't even know this was the case. I don't know where it actually is. Apparently there's been one here the whole time as well. Although again, I don't know where. 20 learning, that's new? Yeah, well, it's the right choice. You learn every time. What is this? That's like a quest to take you to the folio. Where is there one up here? I didn't even know it existed. Doesn't seem to be where I would expect it to be. I bet a lot of people didn't know that one existed. On the ledge near where other portal is. I didn't even know there was other portals up there.
All paths are possible. I have much to teach you.
Okay. What do we have to do for this? Let's see. Keep hyperextending my thumb. Not too bad, but it kind of hurts. Have you done the 12.0.7 campaign yet? Yeah, we did it on the second channel. So yeah, I'll take the portal there. Although, forget it. Looks like we're filling up quick. This is what? This is Skyreach, is it not? Indeed, Skyreach. I need to get more consumables again. I always forget. Augment runes worth all that gold, are they? Are you asking or telling me or what? I don't buy those. And this shit looks so good. Look at this. That's gotta be, oh man. It's like definitely the best pizza. Frank Pepe's, that's where he's at? Ah. I gotta get out there someday. But I have a feeling it's like not gonna be easy to get it. You still have to like wait forever, right? Anybody ever go to New Haven? I don't think you just show up and get a pizza. You still have to wait like hours for it. I want to try the tomato pie. Looks really good. What does your gear and stats look like? You can see that on Radar.io, probably best place. But if you want to take a quick look at it here. You'll summon cop if you keep talking about pizza. Oh, that's real pizza. We're talking about real pizza. Not that bullshit. Yeah, crust is burnt. It's like charred. They use a very, 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 very hot oven, like 1,000 degrees. So it like blisters the crust, but it doesn't actually taste burnt because it cooks extremely fast. Not like you would like normally, like if you burned your own pizza in your oven or something like that, it tastes totally different. Plus their dough is like totally different as well. Not like what we make. They should give us the toy for augment runes at the start of the expansion, not at the end. Oh no, that would be pointless. Then the ones that drop would be useless, right?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I want to get up there someday and try that. There's some places around here that try to emulate it, but I doubt they're anywhere close. Ah, that's cheesy. Didn't have a blood bowl charge miles running right by me. We got lucky they didn't aggro or kill anyone else. This thing's super slow, but everything else is almost dead. Town's gonna actually be the last mob alive, which is really fucking bad. If it gets a third shear off, I might just jump off. So. That could have been a lot worse, I suppose, but that's kind of weird. Cheesy Magi. I think I died. Pizza is greater than burger for sure. Oh, way better. Burgers are nice, but I feel like a plain burger is nowhere near like a plain pizza. Like, plain pizza is the best type of pizza, whereas like a plain burger is just scratching the surface. Solaros, how different is Blood Death Knight compared to the last expansion? They just lost a few things. They're not really significantly different. Gained one or two things that you might not even really notice, and then lost some significant things. Losing Tombstone and Shattering Bone interactions is rough. For sure. What? How the fuck do people just die? no idea. So you're dying to shit that happens every time you fight the pack? Shadow Priest. Unholy. Frost Mage. You have 2 Clothies, so they will die to the bleed overlap without Litany or TG, because that is absorb buttons on Mistweaver. No other option, so if they don't press that, you die, and it's a 20, so I doubt they knew they were gonna get fucked so bad by bleeds. Gotcha. They really need to bring Tombstone Shattering Bone back. I agree, but they're not doing it. They should also be using defensives, though, yeah. I've never seen anybody do it like that in those packs. EPS defensive balance just isn't good this season, yeah.
5, 4.
Oh, my pot's not even up.
2, 1.
Worst thing about doing this key over and over again is having to do this stressful ass pull over and over again. Mistweaver healing is like auto healing distribution, so you have 2 Clothies with double bleed. It's gonna be hard, I know. Can't wait to wipe your lack of kicks or interrupts, so yeah. Don't think that'll be a problem in this dungeon. Kicks or interrupts, like if they're 2 different things. At least Blizzard reduced repair bill, am I right? Oh, did they? Oh, when did that happen? I don't even know about that. Panicked. I spawned too early there, that's not great. Weapons no longer take durability. Oh, yeah, I actually remember hearing about that. territory. Pack's not going well for me. I'm taking a lot of damage. I need to kite. We just have 0 damage going into the skull. Very bad damage into the hardest mob, pack after pack. A 3rd shear, that's kind of wild. But no deaths, at least.
I will slice the flesh from your bones.
It's late in the season, but I started Blood Death Knight because of your videos. I have no clue what I'm doing, but it's fun being immortal. Oh, really? Well, you won't be immortal for long, but I'm glad that you enjoy it. What's probably fun is that you never need healing support one way or the other. Even if you die, it's still not the healer's fault. Been playing with a Blood Death Knight for Break the Meta. Oh yeah. I haven't seen a single group advertised for that this time around. Remember we getting all kinds of fights about it during Dragonflight. I can't tell you how many times the Chakram / Blade Rush combo has one-tapped me, even with DR up. Oh, really? Well, in that previous pack. So it's just like bad luck, I guess, or what? Like, there's nothing that can be done differently, right?
Beware.
If you get picked for both on a high key, there's a good chance you die. You can delay it happening with how you pull. Oh, really?
Beware.
We have a few of the top keys for NA for it already. Maybe I'll get more play on the weekend. Oh, yeah. What's up, Kyle, though? Welcome. Yeah, back to retail. PTR is just a waste of time. We're basically not finishing. We're like finishing the same clip of keys on retail as we are on PTR, so total waste of time. I really hate that that's the case, but we would need people from the stream or something for it to be a worthwhile endeavor. Big culture changed from Unholy Death Knight. Hold on. Always be casting play, but blood I'm finding portions of encounter where I'm not pushing anything. Oh yeah, that's very normal. Yeah, you need to try to time those death strikes well, and sometimes that means not using them for a second or two. It's starting to feel like mage is simply non-viable for this key level. I don't know what's going on and how they die so frequently, but it's like every time it seems that way. It's that idiot who keeps whispering me, but never wants to get in Discord or talk in the stream chat. Probably got banned, but I told him I'd unban him from the chat so he doesn't have to keep breaking the terms of service in the game, but not smart enough for that, I guess. They need a ton of healing. What, mage? I don't even think they can get healed through some of that shit. They just look like they can't survive it, like, period. I'm not sure, like, their defensive situation, because it used to be very good. But apparently it's very bad now. And that seems to really, like, it's very noticeable, let's put it that way. Alright, well, I need to get that folio quest done. We'll head out there. I still don't actually know what we have to do. Currently only one mage is getting the title. Wow. Take a look at this, because I was looking at this. I was looking at this the other day with healers. Got anybody again? Alright, we're not going to look at it. I need to get consumables. It's a lot of druids. Remind me eventually to do other things besides keys, and we'll do those things.
Are one of a kind. Treat my wares with care.
If you're on week 5, you have to go to the new zone and do 2 world quests. Yeah, that's what we gotta do. Titles should be spec specific. Unfortunately, it's just not possible given the way score works in the game. If they decided to make it make changes to it, it could work, but it would have to totally change the way it works. I've had some great keys with mages that feel really strong. It's just that, at least in my opinion, having a mage and priest in the same group is rough for Mistweaver because they both need you to baby them. Oh yeah, I can imagine that's the case. They should be spec specific IMO. Yeah, but it doesn't work that way. Don't forget, it just doesn't work that way. You know, that's the problem. Because, like, you can just go in and do one key on it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get score per spec. Doesn't really work. And then what Faxi brings up is also a big problem, but I don't look at that as the major problem. To me, the major problem is that you don't get scored per spec. Like, you can literally change spec in the middle of the key, you know what I mean? The game doesn't work that way. I don't know how it works for PvP, but it's just not how it works in Mythic Plus. Like, I get the same score for tanking and DPS, you know? Doesn't actually change anything. It's the add-on that, like, tries to tell you who's, you know what I mean? Like, well, I guess it doesn't for me even, but if you see somebody else, they'll have, like, a shield next to their name or a sword next to their name. That's the add-on doing that. Blizzard doesn't do that. It gives you score no matter how you do the key. So they would have to totally change how score works and how it's given.
4,
And they would probably have to make it so you can't change specs in the middle of the dungeon. That would actually have to have, that would probably be number one reason, number one way to do that. Or number one thing they need to do to make that work. Because otherwise people would, like if there was a spec that was really imbalanced, they would just log out right at the end, or like, whatever, hearth out right at the end. Like you would just kill like one trash pack after the boss was over, just or something, you know what I mean? Oh my god, man. Night and day from the last attempts. I can shear the mobs at 44. Actually gets locked as you start the key. So the key starts as feral. Walk out, go booming. Key counts as feral. Oh, what, on Radar Arrow? Third shear. Remember all those 4 DPS keys where healer would... Oh, right, I do remember that actually, yeah. I haven't seen a lot of great stuff from Bombkin, huh? They nerfed the crap out of Prez on the PTR? Oh, really? Yeah, it's actually probably needed. I think I've seen one Bombkin all season. Oh yeah, we've seen a lot, and they haven't been stellar. But I guess this guy normally tanks, is what he's saying. There are loads of Bombkins in EU, yeah. Oh, was that guy actually Havoc? Oh yeah, look at that. Havoc. BM and Bombkin. Alright. Oh my, CD, heart's on CD now, so. Oh yeah, we can use the Argentinian thing, right? That actually takes us to Dalaran, or to Silverman. I thought they like did something about that. Oh yeah, we were gonna look at this, right? All right, let's look at this. DPS. Okay, so this will show you. I don't actually. Is this even true? I guess it is, but it'll show you their highest key. I don't think this is true. No, this is definitely not true. Why is it? Or minimum. Okay, I was just looking at the wrong column, but yeah. Okay, so Fire Mage. 22. Where's Frost? 24. Oh yeah, okay. I don't know what minimum key means though. I don't know why that's there. But in terms of DPS, Devastation actually lasts. But yeah, Frost is actually one of the last. That's kind of crazy. All three mage specs are among the worst damage dealers right now, which is also notable. That's very rare. It feels like that all three would be that low. Dude, the top is 294k. Oh, first of all, it's a rogue, which I've never even seen. There's only 75 parts. That's for a reason. I guess Rider of the Apocalypse and Colossus Arms Warriors are the ones that you'd see the most of. And then fucking Frost Mage or Fire Mage. Well, both Frost Mages are 100k lower. 100k lower. That's kind of weird. I don't know if I buy that, but yeah. That's kind of weird. Frost Death Knight near the bottom. Oh yeah. They're going to get it a lot stronger, I guess, next patch. If you pull around an Arms Warrior, I'll take one every single key I do. They do so much damage. Oh, do you mean like keep the target count above 3 or whatever? Still trying to figure out where these portals are. I guess we don't need it now. It's crazy that this has been the state of Mythic Plus for months and Blizzard's still fine with 40% DPS. It's just not like, you don't really have any easy way to fix it, right? Like, it's not like that in Raid, you know what I mean? So what do they do? Try to make like some tuning aura for only Mythic Plus, I guess. Okay, we have to recover a fragment of alien, void, or arcane magic. And what that includes, or that requires us to kill something. World boss, somebody said. Spent very little time here. I don't know what this comment, why this guy keeps commenting. If you're in the stream chat, bro, and you're banned, just let me know. I'll unban you. Communicating through the game is not. This is not a good idea.
We stand with
And it's also weird. I don't like. Do you really think I care about the 1% thing? People have been asking me about that for like 3 months now. I had a feeling I wasn't getting it 3 months ago. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why we're whispering each other. If the disparity on single target raid boss was 40%, they would hotfix it. Mythic Plus, they just don't care. It's just not that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really do it for one and not the other, you know what I mean? Yeah. The 40% thing is like a huge outlier. It's not easy to fix. I like how the guy's like, I'm not talking to you. Well, he never said that. If he did say that, that'd be remarkable. The Arms Warrior thing is like you have to have like high target count on bosses, which is not easy to do, so people have to like pull trash on a boss. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mute you. But if you are banned on the stream, please let me know. Whatever, ignore. That rogue might have done that much damage because other people died and he did all the damage. You don't know. Oh, and that on Archon there or whatever. You think people like that guy know everyone is laughing at them? They think that everybody's laughing with them. That's always the way it seems to go.
Another threat imperils your
Alright, so we just fight this. This is not a will boss, is it?
Eliminate. Succeed.
They do this. I know. Are there not logs attached to those rankings? I don't know where they get their data, but I'm sure there's logs, yeah.
Unsurprisingly, another threat imperils your mission.
It's a lot of damage.
Destroy. Eliminate.
Not every run is logged, that's also true, yeah. I guess, is this a world boss? Is this what we need to kill? What if someone went crazy but it wasn't logged? Yeah, that's true. That's a lot of damage. I hope that someday there will be actually like, I don't know, actually really, dude, did they do like the Mega Delve thing? Is that still happening? I guess that's not happening on the current patch, right? The next patch, 12.1. Is that gonna be like 12.1.5 maybe? Because that's my biggest like one last chance for world content. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Do you also cover the patch notes for new patches? No, not usually. Like things that are related to stuff that we cover on the channel, yes, but not anything else. That's gonna be 0.5 patch? Oh, for real? Okay. Well, good. I'm eager to see what that looks like. That's gonna be a big one. Mostly on this channel, we just cover like general Mythic Plus stuff. Always. That's like top. Like besides the reviews and everything else. In terms of like what Blizzard's producing, we cover Mythic Plus as our top priority, tanking, but especially Blood Death Knight as our top priority, and then just interesting shit in general. Like if there's something that seems like we might talk about it on the stream a lot, I'll make a video on it to get ahead of a conversation, or sometimes just on the back end of it. Like, all right, we were streaming today, guys, and we kept talking about all this shit, so here's a post about it, you know, something like that. Like if when they eventually announce like Classic Plus, that's gonna be, we're gonna be making videos on that for sure. Okay, so did I get? Why did we get all this loot? What the fuck? Why did we just get 4 items? I don't want any items. I want whatever else we need. We got 4 items. That's weird. Okay, that's what we needed. So what else do we need now? Oh, that's for a different quest. All right, so now we just need to do world quests. Now we can look for groups. What the hell? All right. Algathar. Sign up to those. Guy reach. That's that priest from before. Alright, so world quests, where are they at? Let's see. These count, or has to be these ones, I think. Or to skiff.
Arcane-charged spores appear to be coming from these mushrooms. Collect them before the ethereals find a way to.
It's so weird that there's classic music playing here, don't you think? How do you survive in sea? Oh, I have no idea. Don't ask me. Pray. Get lucky, procs and things. Get a lot of folio plus dancing rune weapon procs. That seems to be the way we're making. Like sometimes when we get a lot, it's just the pack doesn't do any damage at all, and then other times when you don't get a lot, and it feels like it's impossible to survive. Oh, what the hell? That's a lot of mobs. Troops defeated with cannon. That gives you a cooldown on everything shit. Died on a 14C on trash at 277 on Blood Death Night. Oh, well, you probably got charged. I would, if you're having trouble with it reliably, just go ahead and record it and then send me and I'll take a look at it if you want. But yeah, on a 14, that's probably something that you could definitely do better. Where are we going? Oh, it's like damaged. Shit, I wasn't paying attention to the damage. The number of tanks I encounter who don't understand the charge. It's kind of hard to understand, to be honest. A very strange mechanic. Blizzard really fucked people over in that dungeon, honestly. Not something that I totally disagree. The dungeon should not play out the way it does. There's multiple parts in the dungeon that are just not the same level of fairness as other trash. So tanks who are not like Kina, you know, they're not learning from their failure. They're just gonna keep dying to the same thing over and over again. There's no like haptic feedback from it that is telling you why you're dying. It just looks like you're taking a lot of damage. Like there's no indication in the game that the mob only charges when it's certain range away, you know what I mean? That's the problem. Like it only charges if it's 8 yards or away, like regular charge, but there's no indication that that's how it works in the game. Is it not just be within its range to not get charged? Yeah, that's how you work, yep. But like I said, there's no indication that like the second you leave the range, it's going to charge you. It's like a very old school thing, I feel like, that doesn't really exist in the game normally. We do. That's not warrior charge. That's how warrior charge works, but yeah, not everyone play warrior. It's just I don't think anybody even realizes it works that way. Even I bet a lot of warriors probably don't even realize that. What are we supposed to be doing here? Once you experience it once, then you know. I don't think so. That's the problem. Like you might not have any idea why the mob charged you. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like there's no indication inside the game that the mob only attacked you with that spell because you're so far away. Doesn't tell you that that happened. There's no like visual indication on it. First of all, there's not even a visual indication on the spell, period. You don't even know it's on you unless you look at your debuffs. It's not like other mechanics that have like actual like cast times or something like that, you know? There are mobs that knock you back. Yeah, and then that's the other problem. The one pack knocks you back, and inside that same pack is mobs that punish you for being knocked back. It's so ridiculous. And it's all like old school shit. Like nobody would know any of that happened. You have to look at like a log, and you have to like look at the spells like on Wowhead or something even, you know. Oh, what the hell? What is this? What is this? What the fuck? This place is really weird. It also only charges players that are coded as tank. Right, yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. It's all very, very abnormal, and the fact that Blizzard like played up the difficulty of it, like they didn't try to diminish it, is really not commensurate with any other trash mobs in the game. Usually mechanic, like, you know, when they had this to me seems similar. I can't remember what they called it, fervent strike or something like that. The things that when nobody is in range, or if the tank's not in range, it hits someone else. They eventually remove stuff like that. You know what I mean? This to me seems similar to that.
That should balance the scales. Good work.
That should either be diminished or removed. Yeah, and the tooltip's not in the game anymore. That's what I mean. Like, you'd have to go looking for it. It has to be on Wowhead or something. The good thing about the knockback is blood, though, is you can stop the knockback, but yeah, in general, the mechanic's really unfair. Death March and AMS combined is such a broken pair. The two oftentimes can combine well, but yeah, even separately, they're very, very interesting. I mean, that's Death Knight. Like, they have a lot of ways to stop stuff, right? Icebound stops stun. Lichborn stops fear, charm, sleep. AMS stops magic. Death Savant stops knockback. Death Grip, you know, you could say that stops, like, disengaging and stuff, like whatever. Like, there's a lot of different unique ways that Death Knights can stop shit that no other class has access to, like even one of. So yeah, you got to use that stuff well to play Blood. But
I serve Silvermoon. We have overcome.
all right, Omnium Folio 505. So what is, there's a couple choices here. Is some way better than others? The damage and healing of your core rune Unleash Fire is increased. The damage and healing of your Rune of Lingering is increased. Is that this one? Oh no, that. We want... Wait, no, we want this one. Is there a thing that increases this one? Your core rune leaves an echoing curse on the target for 10 seconds that accumulates 50% of all damage and healing done to the target by your core rune and your Rune of Lingering. When the curse expires, all accumulated damage or healing is dealt to the target. That sounds like that would be good. Actually, I think I would take that one, because that maybe is somehow valuable tanking-wise. Does that actually do anything at all? It's this? I mean, it's not 0. But yeah, let's do that. The one on the left is what most people are taking, and it's just a pure damage buff. So we'll try this one. Thunder one's good for long encounters, gotcha. Never heard of True or True. Also for Omnium, Residual for high keys, Overload for lower and open world stuff. Residual. Yeah, I think that's the right choice for us. Well, that was a lot quicker. You guys were complaining about it, but it was because you guys never actually did any of the intro stuff there, right? That's the problem. No issues, we did that already. I had hoped that the like hard mode world content thing was going to be fun, but it didn't end up being anything at all. I think they have a big issue with this game's like difficulty and world content, because it's like the difficulty of people looking for difficulty in world content is so fucking low compared to the difficulty of people looking for difficulty in, say, Mythic Plus. And it just trips you up because you think you're getting something, but you're actually getting almost nothing. Like, if your character's even remotely geared, there's no change. I miss Legion Remix too. The concept of Remix, where you could eventually get so powerful that you can just solo shit, is so fun. And this is a concept I'm deeply exploring on my second channel. Well, I was, but hopefully I'll get back to it. I'm getting the itch to do it again. I just have to find the like time for it. It's kind of rough because I'm playing so much basketball that I'm not like, I'm sleeping like super late and all this, so. I guess my life has just become basketball now, so. But we do have, starting tomorrow, we're going to have a good chain of basketball videos, I think over a week. So if you guys are interested in seeing that on the second channel, you can do that. Otherwise, that's no worries. Yep, no worries. Oh, we can do the bazaar, always fun. Or whatever it's called. Soiree. It's so rough when you lose 80% of your HP instantly. Yep, that's blood. With how much negative feedback WAD, BFA, Shylands got, do you think they will do a remix for them? I don't think they would do one for those expansions now, but I hope they'll do a Wrath. I think Wrath would be the best next option. This is just a world quest. Are you going for the 1% mount? No. No, we're not going to be able to get it. I don't feel like putting the hours in, first of all, but second of all, it's just like really hard to get invites. If we had like good invite rate or something, like we weren't sitting there all day, it would maybe be possible. Even without that, it would be hard, I think. Shadowlands, please. They stole my rep, and I'm missing the most from it because of how segregated all content was. Just, I don't think it works. Like, how do you have the way Shadowlands content works? Like, I don't think you can make a remix out of it, unless you could just be in every Covenant all at once or something. I don't know. Just about to say the same thing. The amount of things they could do with Wrath is insane. Maybe make an actual Lich King transmog. They could do a lot with Wrath. There's already a lot of content in Wrath and a lot of like replayable stuff. Like Wrath's like the most replayable expansion out of the first few. So I think if you're gonna do another one, it's got to be Wrath. I wish Blood Death Knight was tankier baseline. Yeah, me too.
We endure. Anubalore Dalana, Baladash Malanore, Shorel Aran. May the eternal sun guide you. Sunwell's glory shine on you. Sun chase your shadows. Aldiel Shalom. We shall not falter. Anubala Balore Alan.
Who else should we give to? Where's the hunter guy? This guy? Ranger Captain. That's all of them? Okay.
May the eternal sun guide you. With perseverance.
This is definitely like the best world content they've ever done for a single zone. I love how it's all different depending on which like faction you pick as well. If they nerfed Deathstrike a bit but gave us a ton more armor and HP, that would help. Yeah, it would, but I mean they already did try that with Deathstrike and it didn't really work, so I think it's really hard to make Death Knight not the most powerful tank by default. Like they would probably have to just straight up remove Deathstrike, and I don't want that. I'd rather be this than that, honestly. I'd rather get one shot and it be stressful at times than just be super basic tank like every other tank. Alright. Pushing today? Doing live keys, if that's what you're asking, yeah. We'll give it a shot, but I'm thinking about, yeah, probably cutting everything down stream-wise and trying to get more videos out in these slots instead. There's a lot. We got big backup, so I think I'm going to start doing that. We'll see next week. What's the spell casted add-on, sir? No, I have no idea. It's part of, you're talking about this? That's part of details, isn't it? Or, yeah, I think it's part of details. Feel like they should make more absorbs, change lifeblood to an absorb, increase the bloody reflection absorb %. Yeah, I guess that's one way to do it. Yeah, just make it tons and tons of absorbs. But at the end of the day, everything comes down to the baseline lack of defense, because, like, we got a ton. Like, I mean, Mastery is insane, right? Look at that. Mastery did more than Deathstrike in those pulls. And I still was squishy as fuck. That's why I said, like, it's probably impossible, because if you make it so I take like 50% less damage than I do now, than I take now, then all of that self-healing is just overpowered as shit. Like, you just will never ever die, you know what I mean? So it's like almost like, okay, you can do that, but then you have to remove all the self-healing, and then at that point you've just compromised the spec. So I pray to God they'll never choose to do that, because that would really ruin my love of it. But it might be the only way to fix it, unfortunately. Because Blood wasn't always like this. In the original iterations, Blood was a traditional tank. They had Deathstrike, but it didn't do anywhere near... Like, it's not like it is now, where that was all of your defense. You even had, like, more active CDs compared to other tanks as well, like Bone Shield and Icebound and stuff, or whatever. I don't even know what they would have. They had Vamp Blood in the one tree, and then Bone Shield in the other tree, but I don't know when that changed. But, like... Yeah, they had Rune Tap, Icebound, Vamp Blood, Bone Shield. It was like an active spell. Yeah, so they've historically had a lot of defensive CDs, and so now, you know, they cut even more of that this expansion, and so now we basically just have Deathstrike and, you know, the regular 3 CDs that we've had this cycle, like the same as every other tank has. So that's like maybe the only thing you can do is like add more defensive CDs to the kit, or just give Rune Tap. I think, like, honestly, the least, like, the way that might work, but it's probably still bad, but the best chance at it working, they killed him, would be to just give Rune Tap baseline and no CDs, or, like, you know, or I guess it just has like CD or something. It doesn't have a rune charge or anything. Just a cooldown again, like it was in WoD. And then, like, all of a sudden now you have every single, like, at the start of every pack you have something. You know what I mean?
Lightbloom Athran is overgrown. Help my Farstriders tame the area.
Kind of turn it, you'd turn it into like a, I don't know, it's just too spammy otherwise, but it would turn into like a shield block type thing. But I strongly dislike how they keep trying to base gameplay around D&D and Crimson Scourge. Oh yeah, well, they, besides that one tier set that isn't coming into the game, is there another example? The start of the pack is so easy to die as Blood, yep. I think Blood Death Knight is hard to tune because yeah, that's what I mean. Like, unless you just remove all the unique fun shit about them, there's not a lot of easy ways to fix it. I mean, maybe no easy ways. I think the only way that could maybe, and probably not to be honest, but could maybe work is you get like an actual small defensive CD that just has a short cooldown and no other opportunity cost to it. But I think that's just too boring. Like, I don't think the game wants stuff like that in the game anymore. I don't know how you make that one work. You need like the death rune thing or something back. Maybe like once every time you use a rune, then you can get it. Then you get a charge of the spell or something like that. It caps at maybe 3 charges. Maybe make the PvP talent a baseline thing, or make it a capstone. Blood forged armor. What is that? I haven't seen that. Flat % base physical damage reduction. Oh yeah, wow. I'll take a look at that. Let me finish this. World quest. I have not seen that, I guess. IMO, they should buff survival of all tanks. Well, other tanks are fine. That's the problem. Bear and Brew are fine, right?
Before sullying our shores with their filth.
I mean, dying is really the truest reason to tank, so I don't think they could just remove that concept. Alright, PvP talents, let's see. Blood Forged Armor. Oh, Death Strike reduces all physical damage taken by 25%. I mean, okay, so that would definitely... See, I would rather it not be tied to any current spell. Because the biggest issue is getting into the pack. So that is interesting and very powerful, but I think that's too much. Because now all of a sudden haste is your best stat by a mile, right? Now you're just trying to Death Strike as often as possible. I don't think that's the best solution, but I think it's better than nothing. Yeah, it would be super passive at least. No real need to learn how to do anything with it. Oh yeah, 2 o'clock. I might try to, I will see. I'm probably not gonna, but no, I'm not gonna actually. I've already decided. That Olive Garden thing is going live at 2 o'clock. I just don't get up that way enough. Going up there just to eat food, not really. It's too much gas. I can't tell you how many times I walked into a pack and died. Yeah, I mean, that's like probably 50% of the time I die is just on the pole. Or if it's not like directly on the pole, it's a cascade from failure on the pole, like we just had in that Skyreach where I had to use Icebound. What? I had to use Icebound, and I kind of panicked to use it on the first like seconds of the pack, and then I didn't have it up for when I needed it later. I mean, I guess all tanks are like that to some degree, but most tanks have a way that they can walk into a pack with like certainty, you know what I mean? Whereas Blood, like even like outside of Icebound, you're almost still praying. Like Vamp Blood is nice, but it's definitely not going to be you still have to Death Strike. That's why it's so powerful. And then Dancing Rune Weapon, it's like, all right, yeah, 25% more parry, that should help, but that's not enough. You know, like you still get hit through it a lot. We need more flat damage reductions. Could also separate Blood Mist from being tied to Rune Weapon, make it give DR, while also still generating Runic power in the pole. Yeah, like how it used to be, right? I feel like a DR or increase with parry from Hard Strike / Death Strike would help. Maybe make Hard Strike give more Runic power. Well, now they basically did all that stuff already, right? Well, Dancing Rune Weapon used to be higher parry, but they nerfed it now because of the hero talents. Like, I like that hero talent concept, to be honest. Oh. Or Apex talent, sorry. Good luck in your meeting. Meet well. That it? Turn them all in. Go do some more world quests.
Shorella.
What needs bring you here?
A toast to the Blood Knights, stalwart devotees of the light and defenders of Eversong. Anu Belor Delana.
Okay. And there's no like point in getting more rep with these guys though, is there? There's actually like a tab now, huh? It's not the right tab. Yeah, you can't actually get anything more with them, yeah. Unfortunate. Because I do like that content, it's quite fun to do. Just to get a little gold though. Nice way to level too. What trinkets you using? I got Heart of Wind and Solar Core Igniter. Could take that Bloodforge armor and maybe nerf it to get 15% physical DR, but tie it into Bone Shield. Yeah, a couple options for sure. I would rather it be a whole new spell. I think we need a whole new spell that's usable out of combat. That's my biggest issue, is just walking into stuff and praying that what we have is available enough. I think like Death Strike and Bone or Blood Shield are like sufficiently powerful. It's just that they're not. They need supplementary. Like they're a good complement. They shouldn't be the main thing. And right now they've become the main thing. Well, I'll just sign up to that key because that sounds funny. See what these guys have to say. Odd lock group. What does that even mean? But like, so in Wrath, the way I like solved Death Knight survivability in Wrath was to just like, basically in Wrath, Rune Tap heals you instead of like gives you DR. And so I just made like power nodes to increase the amount that it heals you. So like I honestly think it's unfortunate to say, but I actually think Wrath's Death Knight model is way more sustainably healthy than the current model. If you want good balance across different specs, you put all your healing into one thing, and that thing is like a power choice and tunable instead of Death Strike. Like Death Strike heals a little bit in Wrath, but it's just a flat percentage. It doesn't heal based on damage taken. That's why Death Knight is so out of whack, because it could be like, you know, the damage taken part is really abnormal. I don't think there's another spell in the game like that. And on top of it, it could be really, 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 really high, right? Like you see all the time, it's like it heals your full health. So I think instead you need that number to be fixed, but it to be scalable in some way. I don't know how you make it work in the live game without the system I designed, but like you make the healing of whatever the spell is very finite and like a decision. Like, I don't know, maybe if you have more, maybe the mastery turns into it makes the heal more or something, and that's it. And then it's just that one thing, you know exactly when you're going to need it and where you use it, and then everything else is just about survival, and then you can tune their passive defense properly. I don't think like that would be more fun or anything, but that is the way to solve the problem. Give them the one source of healing, and that is tunable, and like it's more skill based, or it's like, I guess, less skill based, but like more decision based, and it doesn't scale with the damage you take or the key level or anything like that. It's just based on how much health you lose and how much healing it does. And then after that, you make all the defensives adequate so they can survive without the healing. And you basically just turn them into prop. What I just described is prop pally. That's how prop pally works, right? So it's unfortunate, but like that's, I mean, like, yeah, that's unfortunately the only way that seems At least based on Blizzard's like previous design iterations, that would actually work for them long term. And I do not want this. I do not want this to happen at all, because the big fun death strikes are why the spec is so engaging. But it's also what's holding the spec back the most. Because the other thing that's maybe not notable, or not noticeable, I mean, is that the death strike like buff that you get from damage taken is before reduction. So if somehow you took 16 trillion health damage, but you mitigated 99.9% of that, you would death strike an infinite amount. So it's like very hard to solve, right? Like that's why that one thing is holding Death Knight back substantially. But it's also the most fun thing about Death Knight. So, yeah. Yes, then you basically turn it into Word of Glory, yep. Like how Word of Glory gets... I think Word of Glory gets, like, buffed every time you consume Holy Power or something like that. Is that right? So you would do something like that with Rune Tap. I don't think a 1 minute CD is enough. I think if anything, it'd be better to have it be like a 7. The problem is what the cooldown should be, I think, but like it needs to be a smaller defensive CD, kind of like Shield Block or Iron Fur. You know what I mean? Something that you just want 100% uptime, basically. I don't know how you get that, like where it's not just I have a macro and the button gets pressed with the macro, you know? You don't want it to be too boring, but I don't think, like, at this point, I'd take boring, you know? For actual defensive CDs. Yeah, unfortunately, the way Deathstrike works, it just doesn't compute with the way the game typically handles tanking. Bring back Rune Tap so you can have DR on pull every pack and revert the Blood Shield nerf and let it scale to max HP, and with the extra max HP Vamp Blood gives as a band-aid fix. Yeah, well, I mean, there's lots of band-aids they could apply, but I would rather see something like strategically implemented that's going to work long-term again. It does seem like all signs point to Rune Tap in some capacity. I sadly don't think Rune Tap... I don't think Rune Tap wins us any favors. Maybe make it way longer. Like the duration way longer. What was it like before? 3 seconds or something only? It's very short, right?
Lightbloom Athran is overgrown. Help my Farstriders tame
Because
the
it
area.
really turns it into like this totally pointless spell when you're actually in combat. And then they had to make it so short that it wasn't something you can just use before combat easily. Like it had to be a decision, you know? So I think you get that, like if we're going to just commit to it being literally useless in combat, then, or more like a maintenance buff in combat, then just go for that and just let it be like a 20-second duration, 5-second DR or something like that. And then it's now a second maintenance buff on top of Bone Shields. But I don't know, that's so passive and boring, I don't think anybody would really want that. It's 4 seconds and costs 1 rune, you know. So the 4-second part was hugely bad for it. Because you would get so much more value from death striking. And you needed the runic power from the heart strike to get the rune or to get the stuff for death striking. It was a choice between using that or losing out. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it just ended up being like a terrible decision in combat. No easy solutions, I think. The more we talk about it, the more it seems to be clear that there's no easy solutions outside of just totally change the way the spec works. That's actually the easiest, which is crazy. Sad that that's the easiest. But a unique and complicated design has stuck us in a corner. I think Blood is in line for a full rework. Yeah, that's the scary part. That's why I said that it's sad, because I don't want a full rework. Like, I don't think... Like, I really don't want... The previous iteration of Blood was very good and fun. and I liked the siphoning of the diseases off, and you know how runes worked in the old days. But you know their full rework in Legion was good. I think that's it. Like we got the baseline design, things like Umbilicus and like a lot of fun, interesting spells. And I feel like if they did a full rework, they would lose a lot. They wouldn't gain, they would lose. It may be more strong and more competitive day after day meta-wise, but it would be way less fun, I bet. So that's scary because I'm already not having a lot of fun. Like, fun has gone down with a lot of their decision making over the years. So if they also nerf the class that I'm having enormous amounts of fun with, that would be scary for me long term, I think. Alright, what is this key? Seat. What if rune carved plates work like shield block? 15% DR, 2 charges, lasts 15 seconds. Well, rune carved plates is only a hero talent. I'm not. What are we saying is different about what you just described? The tuning of it? I don't know what that means. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think I've made it. Like my thoughts on it are probably not going to change again, so we'll just stick with that. There's a lot of band-aids, but at the end of the day, it's just the Death Strike scaling that holds us back. Well, 50% HP is not like, that's what I said, like those like big flat things are not, they're not good for anybody because it causes the that's not good because then all of a sudden it's like really easy for tuning to get out of control, you know what I mean?
It must not be allowed to spread its corruption.
Being able to use it out of combat, like pre-pull. Right now it's just magic, DR, rune spent. I guess, so like you're saying, like take the name of the spell and change it all totally or something. That would basically just be like, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of band-aids, I think. We'll see if they choose to do anything. Not really sure if they will or not. That looks sick too. I like the idea of lowering Death Strike healing a bit, but when you Death Strike, it increases your max HP. So they actually had that in Legion, didn't they? That's the one thing that we never got a second time in Legion, since Legion. That's pretty crazy. Some nice weapon transmogs there. Yeah, that was like one of the like capstones of the artifact, right? I don't know. I don't think we've had that ever again, right? But I don't really think tying more stuff to Death Strike is good. Hope all's well today, Charles. What's up? Oh, you changed your icon. Welcome. What is that? little alien looking dude. Jackson, the Amazing Digital Circus. Nice. Ironically, the sustainability type of gameplay for blood is not sustainable for the health of the spec. Well, it could be. That's what I was saying. It could be. It's just not the way it is currently. Yeah, we're not gonna do this key. I can write so. But yeah, I would say the current way it is, no. Like, it's just because of the scaling of the damage taken from Deathstrike that I think holds it all back. If you have like a flat amount of healing and that's something that can be tuned, like how it is on Prop Pally and other tanks, then it's a lot easier to balance everything else. But guy's getting like, now he's actually like getting mad. No, we didn't time the Sky Reach. We didn't even get close. Well, actually, that one time I guess we did get somewhat close. I still don't know how that extra pack aggroed. I don't know. I've never tried to pull that middle pack before. I'm still not entirely sure what we're doing at the end of Sky Reach. I had a good idea in my head. He wants the route. Yeah. I had a good idea in my head in the beginning of the seasons to just be like slow and steady there when the timer seemed like not super tight. But now that we do it on higher keys, it's like actually like one of the tightest timers. So no England, sorry, is what I should have said. Convention scales up damage taken as well, just not to the extent of blood. Right, that's what I mean. Like they would need to cut that out as blood, where that is currently the main mitigation tool. Same guy. Sign up again. Seat. Algathar. Crazy people need routes. Yeah, we talked about it a million times. I'm like back and forth on like, should I just say no? I think maybe like we're seeing enough reason to just say no at this point. But I feel like there's like, if the guy's gonna get that mad about it not being linked in the first place, he's not gonna be happy with me saying no either, right? I'm just shocked that they actually asked for it and then like believe that they did anything with it when they got it. I've tried that before and saying no doesn't help. But that's what I mean, like why bother saying no, you know what I mean? Sometimes people just stop asking and then we just do the key like we're gonna do anyway. It's not that he wanted an answer, it's that he started getting like mad that I was ignoring him. Stay in your lane, which is behind me. That is definitely not gonna go over well if I say that. I think it happens exclusively. I don't think anybody's ever asked for a route and it's actually helped them be a better teammate. I don't think that's ever happened. I think it's exclusively that they want control, and they may want control of their own gameplay. That may happen. You know what I mean? It might be more about their individual gameplay than it is about yours, but regardless, they are never doing it like, hey, I need you to tell me what you're doing so I can help you be the best you can be. And that's never happened once. It's always selfish. It's always control. And I just have no interest in dealing with that. Someone not communicating at the start key is a bad look. Oh, yeah. You can believe that, but it does help in certain areas. Okay, lust timers, obviously, that's a totally different situation. Skips, that's something else people ask about instead, individually. The route is not the skip thing. I don't know about which way to walk. Like, that is like you just follow the tank, right? You don't need to know that in advance. No, those things aren't typically in the route from what I've seen. I've never, like, I get sent routes all the time and they don't ever have bloodlusts in the route. Those are not placed in the route now. I think they just want to see the route to make sure it's nothing crazy or stupid. Right, they just want me to tell them what they want to hear, basically, in the route. That's why they're asking for it, because they want some control over it. Like, they want to know what I plan on doing, and if they don't like what I plan on doing, then that's not okay with them, you know what I mean? And that's, I think you see that mentality very clearly in that last key, because the guy got, like, actually agitated that I wouldn't send it to him instead of just... Like, if you're only asking to try to, like... You know what I mean? Like, if I'm like, hey, I want to help you, help me. So tell me what you're doing, and then I can do that better. Oh, you're not answering me? All right, well, we'll just see what happens then. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you would normally handle it. But you getting agitated about it is clear that he doesn't want that. He just wants to have control over it. What else? Don't care about asking. Care about him being a poopy pants when Metro chooses not to answer. Oh, that's what I mean. Like, the agitation afterwards is kind of funny. Clear indication of what we're talking about, I think. They want to kick you when it's not an MDI route or a route they used to time at 23. Right, that's how it all started. Because people aren't going to like my routes half the time, you know what I mean? I just think it's a bad look to be moving around and stuff. I think it's a bad look to be asking for a route. That's like the way I look at it too, so. Both are bad looks, you know what I mean? Ignoring somebody is, yeah, I think that's a bad look in their head, but in reality it has no success. Like, it's not going to slow the success of the key. If the guy's asking me something and I'm not answering, that doesn't change anything about the key. I never had an issue with linking route, but I only play meta tanks. Maybe it's different with off meta. But so you've never had a single person question your route when you link it? Every single time they ask for it, they're totally fine with what you do? Jazz links a route every key. Sometimes he changes, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, most of the time, yeah. Oh, that's like the complete opposite for me. When we were doing it, it would be like probably 70% of the time somebody would have an issue with it. And like, I really feel like no percent of the time did anything actually improve. Like, after I stopped linking routes, it's the same shit. People die to the same shit constantly, even though they know it's coming. You know, like, I don't know. I don't get the point of it. I rewinded. I don't think it was about the route. It was about having Lindormi's guidance on. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. They're not obligated to take silence as an answer. No, they're not. But like I said, getting agitated at it indicates the mentality that we're pushing back against. I have a route. It's just they don't need it, is my point, yeah. Like, I know what I'm doing, but they don't necessarily need to know what I'm doing because, in my experience, it's not helpful. I never had a issue linking either. Sometimes they might even have a good comment that makes sense, or DPS might make suggestions that are great for the comp. So you're like looking at those things as good, but I'm looking at those things as bad. Like, they're gonna try to change my route, and I can't do that. You know what I mean? Wait, who said add-ons are illegal? I wish every dungeon was like King's Rest. Yeah, I agree. Best way to avoid this, people, is to push early in the season. That wasn't the comment. Where did the add-ons... Where did that happen? Oh, add-ons are illegal, so that's on him? Oh, he's just joking. That's Jimmo. He's just fooling around. Lindormi's guidance is the thing that lights up the mob. No, I know that, but I don't know why people are mad about it. The rest of the group isn't going to work from the jump, so that saves everyone time. What is that? I'll start saying no next time. We'll see how that plays out for the rest of the season. Well, I don't even know how much more we're going to be streaming this season, but if it happens again, we'll start saying no. And seeing if that changes things. To learn if maybe the agitation is simply due to being ignored. I mean, I could see that being agitating, but at the end of the day, like I said, if you ask a question that doesn't need an answer and don't get an answer, I don't know why you'd be agitated. A lot of people are using the X-Boss add-on, and it helps tell you when ads do certain casts. If the tank has Lindormies, it doesn't work. Why? Why does it not work? I don't think that's what he was asking, to be honest, because if he knew it was me, he would have said that. He didn't say it that way. Someone have Lindormi's guidance on, question mark? I have no idea why it doesn't work, but there will be a large warning. Yeah, but then it works anyway, right? Like, I've done keys where people say that, and we do the key with no issues. I think it's just some kind of, like, I don't think it actually is a problem, to be honest. I can see the value in linking routes, but so many people are on Hinge that if Metro didn't follow the route to a T, I'd argue linking can do more harm than good. That could be true, too. I don't think that would happen, to be honest. It's like, I'm certainly not going to deviate on my own route. But that could also be true, yeah. But I genuinely just don't believe for one split second that you can look at something for like 5 seconds and actually learn from it. It's just not, like, I have no idea why people are asking for it. Really what they're asking is maybe like, what's the most important pack in the second half of the dungeon or something like that. Maybe like they have one very specific question and they're not asking that instead. And yeah, it's just, I can't imagine how it would help in any way. From what I've seen, it does no value to a pub group. I think people believe it does. Right, yeah, they're asking if we're going to do a skip or something. Yep, exactly. So just ask that instead. That's happened many, many times, and I'll happily say no, I'm not skipping anything. I don't even know what the skip is, so. I don't think it needs to be a psychological breakdown more than if you can't communicate, probably best to find someone who will. No, I mean, I definitely disagree. It definitely is, there's a psychology element to it for sure. Because like I said, that guy doesn't need me to communicate. What is the communication going to do in the key? Us communicating before the key has nothing to do with that. Like, is he going to start asking me a bunch of questions when the dungeon starts? I highly doubt that's what he's thinking. You probably would have gotten kicked for not doing the skip too. I don't know. People have asked it before. We've said no, no problems. Man, Stuart's still alive. What's up, brother? How's it going, man? I don't even know what the skip is. Like, I have no idea what they're even asking. Skip the 2 big dudes before the 3rd boss trash. How? You jump on a rock. Oh, yeah. Oh, you have to do like a 2-seater thing, gotcha. This probably shouldn't exist and is not intended. Oh, really? What's your favorite and least favorite dungeon of the season? I don't have any answers to that question, honestly. Least favorite, if I had to pick, I guess I would have to say Seed at this point, but it's changed multiple times, so. Pete's my least favorite literally for the first 8 minutes of the key. If the instance started after the first boss, it'd be a banger. Oh, yeah. Live at Zoom Central, was it? Magisters is probably my favorite. No brick walls in there, but still got to play well. Nice. I like Magisters as a concept, for sure. I've had no success in there, though. That's probably my worst key. In Dungeon, we have the most failure with. It shouldn't, like, in terms of, like, expectation to success, it's probably my worst. How about you just link a random route, accept the comments in the meanwhile, then do your own thing? That feels rude. I would not do that. I don't want to deceive people. We could easily do that and just lie, but that's not. I don't want to do that. That's not the point of me not doing it. I could easily deceive people, and that would be even easier to not have this problem. Third boss is worst part of damage. Takes long time, does insane damage. Oh yeah. I like MC dungeon the most this season. Yeah, that dungeon's actually pretty nice. Quite fun. Hard, but fun. Those opening pulls are so scary though. Makes it hard to really want to love it. I really like Pit because Rhett probably. Oh yeah, Rhett is like crazy dominant in that dungeon. That's probably like the most dominant one class has ever been in one dungeon. I don't think you would hear a peep after linking a fake route. Oh, that I know I wouldn't. That's what I mean. But I would still feel bad about doing it. The thing is, I could link a fake route. Like here's the. I've already like thought this heavily through. So the problem generally is that like if we believe that people are trying to maximize their gameplay by looking at the route, then they would immediately know when things deviate, which obviously we know is not true. So we could actually run that as like a social experiment, and I could prove to you guys that they're not doing that. But I don't want to put people in that situation because that seems like you're basically toying with them. So move on from that because that obviously is not happening. The second layer of it is that people ask for a route because they want to have some control over the dungeon, right? So I could link a fake route, a route that I think they might like, right? Because I assume they won't like my route, usually. Okay, so if they don't like it, then what? All right, then I could just agree to just do whatever they want, right? And this may get to the point where we're doing something very specific, like that I'm definitely not going to be doing. Like, for example, we're talking about that skip in that, right? So, like, we can talk about that the whole way. They might expect that the whole way, and then we get to the end, and they see we don't do it. How are they going to react? I think that would be far worse than just not, the key just not happening, you know what I mean? I think that's, like, actually, yeah, that's, I don't like that, so. That'd be the only way it would work, like. The reality of these problems are that if I lied to them, I would feel way worse about it. Whereas me just not participating, I feel like that's the right choice. Like, I don't believe it's helpful, so I will not participate. Instead of lie to them, you know? Yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to lie. I'm not here to, like, deceive people or something, just to stay in groups. Yeah, I guess I'm very, very different than like a lot of people everywhere on the world, but in that topic I am like staunch. Like, I mean, it's a huge part of this channel, the reviews as well. Like, the fact that people don't treat each other with respect is constantly on my mind. And I really don't want to turn, you know, my gameplay into a further example of that. I think this is the best case scenario, unfortunately, for us. Giving a strong hope the teacher forgets to ask for homework vibe. What does that mean? I think mistreating people over a video game is crazy. Well, okay, I certainly agree with that regardless. But my point more is like deeper. Like, you know, a good example is that, you know, the situation with that Carnage guy, right? Like, that person just had like a deep level of disrespect in his like baseline. Like, he didn't necessarily say or do anything initially that indicated that it was true, but his gameplay was enough to show it. You won't offer up the negative, just hope it moves forward without it. Yeah, exactly. That's how I try to handle it. But anyway, yeah, like the Carnage situation. Like, the dude immediately, like, any opportunity he will take to confirm his disrespect of the others, he will do that. There's no hesitation at all. Like, none. It's not even a remote, like, if there was a barrier there, it would be like tissue paper. You know what I mean? Like, you would have almost no barrier for him to do this. And that is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want that. That's not how the game should be played. That's not how the game was played for years and years and years. When I fell in love with this game, it's the complete opposite. Everybody had a baseline level of expectation of the players and respect for each other. And it was important. Like, it was part of the video game's fabric. Like, when you play with a random person in the game, there was this idea that, oh shit, if I don't behave well, there's going to be repercussions, right? Now it's the complete fucking opposite. Like, I really don't think it could be any worse. The volume knob could be turned up to 11 maybe, but like, it existing period is enough. This concept that there is no respect whatsoever for the people in your group and you do not give a single fuck about what they want. You know what I mean? Like, that is really bad. And I don't want to participate in that. I don't want to make it even worse by lying to them about shit. Right, you know, that's what I meant. Like, him just abandoning after one death. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he clearly, his psychology baseline is that he's the only one that matters in that group. You know what I mean? Oh, what's up? Thanks for coming. Hopefully we'll have some shot at this. I don't feel like this one's that hard. It's just damage needs to be great. What's your rating? 3843.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. Like you.
I need this for 20 resilient. Oh yeah, this one's tough.
Many lucky doos you like.
See, look at that. No route link needed. Ask the question you're wanting to answer, and I will answer for you.
2, 1.
Okay. Give it a try.
Welcome to Algathar Academy. I am delighted that you received our invitation. The school is a touch behind schedule.
New students. How wonderful. It has been quite some time since the academy.
Well, it
Seems like things are in further
So we can kill the skull nice and quick.
Come with us. It should only
That'll
take a
really help.
moment to set up for a new
These lashers must have grown wild while we were away. Please, if you could, clear them out while we relearn the life magics of this place.
Camera's looking good. Agathar sucks because it was easy until the quad echo pulls for high keys. Oh yeah. Seat at least has a lenient timer. Oh, does it? Yes, that's. I'm finding that to be the opposite. The dungeon itself seems insanely tight and insanely hard, both together. So many mob abilities in Agathar are unfun. Oh yeah. Agathar's timer is, yeah, this one's really tight. His timer is nice, oh really? Well, I suck at the game, I guess, I don't know. I don't find any of these keys ever tight, or ever not tight. Haircut? Nope.
There's too much life magic. What are you doing?
What else? MPX is mine. I can't for the life of me tank that left wing correctly. Oh yeah, it's pretty complicated. It took us a lot of attempts to really dial it in.
Absolutely not.
Please, help us, new students.
Agathar used to be a cakewalk back in the day. Yeah, I definitely don't love how they changed it. This first area is the worst part. Old Vex was kind of a demon. That's true, it was a lot harder than it used to be. Only 2 instances that have crappy timer is this and Skyreach, oh yeah. I'm very surprised I haven't touched Skyreach timers once, so yeah. Well, I was super lenient on low keys. We were talking about that with Seat, right? I mean, I personally feel like Seat's really tight, but yeah. Like Seat on lower keys, it's like baseline triple upgrade, if not double. And on higher keys, it's like the opposite. So I think that's the same problem with Skyreach. Especially Skyreach, really, because that key is like no skips, right? Like you just, like there's not much you can change. I figured they would have added like a minute after they broke the skips. Oh yeah. There's a couple tricks in Skyreach to make it not so bad. One is a straight exploit. The other is having a DPS warrior taunt reflect last boss. Oh yeah. Why can I never mount? Yeah, that's a pretty normal split. The other is meld exploit in the triple robot room. We had you. What the fuck, bro? This mod just won't move. Warlock get knocked off or what happened? Just AFK. He was AFK. Well, okay. Now what you want to see?
Look at this Lishrath arena. Oh, wait.
He'll beat the warrior. Yeah, that's rough. Good old Colossus, yeah. Their single target is just that horrendous. They need funnel to do any single target, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of turning into like Fire Mage issue. They're a lot better than Fire Mage ever was outside of like degenerate gameplay, but it's still kind of turning into it. I don't know how playing Blood Death Knight doesn't spike your blood pressure. I'm used to it. Many years of gameplay. In like Seat, they go out of a dungeon and swap to Slayer. Oh wow.
The big one. I will activate the goals for Lishrath. That is talent toss for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention. Huh, at least we know that works. Watch yourselves.
And notice with the few good warriors I've seen are also in great shape IRL. Oh, really? Why do you think that is? Shit. Walked right into that tornado.
Beware.
You use Rune of Sanguination? No. God, no, I'm getting my fucking ass kicked. I can't be taking something like that. We went even back to Rune of Stone Skin Gargoyle. Pretty solid burn. Fight's gonna be pretty long though still. Safe block dies. And the healer dies. Four minutes, 12 seconds, so that's probably it. Well, I'm just gonna die over here.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
Yeah, it's that. It's gonna leave me dead, alright. Huh? Why would I release? Why would I release? Okay, I guess we're done. Always the bird boss, yeah. That guy definitely tilted. Gave up too quick. Okay, Shaman. Oh yeah, Frost. Been seeing a rise in the Frost. Arms. And Demo. There wasn't time starting that trash for 15 minutes, oh no. Frost Death Knight 2. Yeah, that's obscenity there in the chat. They're looking good right now, too. We've seen a lot of them recently. Frost seems pretty easy to play. A lot of it, if it lights up, hit it stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at this. Another testimony. Played with this guy last night in 19 Algathar. He stood and tanked the Lashers till 5 stacks, then blamed 9 of 9 Mythic Healer for not keeping him alive. He then reapplied to the same key with the note, kick the healer and let's go. Actually unreal to see this tank in a video after experiencing this the night before. Hey, that's really hard to understand. Love to have this guy on the channel, to be honest. Strange stuff there. It starts to wonder if he's just doing it on purpose just to fuck around. Not gonna be in a key like that. Does Frost have the same defenses as Unholy? Apparently it's even better, right? Didn't we say that the other day? Because they got rune carved plates or something? What was that about? No idea. You have one chance, bro. Like what? Thanks anyway, no worries. Technically tankier because you get rune carved plates, yeah. Just pointless to put any type of pressure on the tank back quickly in my eyes, so I'm not even gonna bother. The key's already hard enough. I don't need to waste time getting aggravated by it as well. DK is my split character for next season. Oh yeah, you're actually gonna play it, huh? That's crazy. Well, good luck to you. Hopefully you'll still be able to play Hunter. I've been a DK main since coming back to WoW and Legion, so none of it ever was really difficult. Oh yeah. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick while this hopefully fills up. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, it's not as hot today. Not sweating at least. 86 though, it's still kind of hot. Guess maybe humidity is down. It's still pretty dumb, hazy, not nice air quality outside, but slightly better than yesterday. Yesterday was 175, today's 161. I mean, it gets into the purple, I have big issues. I remember last time I was feeling very ill. Hopefully we're not going to keep having this fucking nonsense from Canada. Legion Blood Death Knight was top fun IMO, nice. Yeah, it was definitely... I mean, I guess, you know, if you think about it from like a rework standpoint, it was like kind of the pinnacle of the rework, and then it's been kind of dialed back since, so maybe those who are asking for a rework might end up finding that same truth again, if they did end up doing it. it was tanky and still fun. True, but I think a big part of it, whoa, 180. True, but I think a big part of it was simply that the content that we were doing wasn't as difficult now as it is now. Because, like, from what I could tell, there's no real difference between the way it, like, defensively proliferates. You know what I mean? It's like the same concept as it was in Legion. It just has a little bit less tuning, probably. Good game. All right. Okay, we're actually gonna do that. Seems like a dumb idea, to be honest, but all I need is an Algotharan seat for a Resilient 20. It's rough out there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't expect to get any more done, but maybe. I think we can get this one. Definitely won't get Algothar. Or definitely won't get seed, I would imagine.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Is there any way to get this bird now? Yeah, I guess so. It's just like it's so sketchy to do that. To make sure that that's the right mechanic, right? Yeah. Doesn't really speed the key up. I think all it does is make it so it's like a very low chance that anybody dies here, but I think there's already a quite low chance. Another Havoc Demon Hunter. That's actually probably good for this key.
I will slice the flesh from your bones.
Oh, that's interesting. The guy line of sighted it. Didn't even know that was a thing. I guess it does damage on the way out, so it's good to line of sight it. I'm not really sure why it needs to be done, frankly. I think it does damage on the way out, yeah.
Beware.
Didn't work that time. Oh, okay. Neither did that. Wow. Alright. I'm trying to do too much, I think it seems, but a lot of times you end up running into that. The Demon Hunter went to soak the circle that was in the line of sight spot and then got knocked off by it. Can't be this shithead. Sorry guys, I don't know what the fuck that means. How's Roland? Common Havoc, right? Yes, Havoc, Brett, and Unholy. I'm thinking I'm going to have a new policy of kicking people in my key who ready up but don't have flasks or food or anything. Oh, yeah. Attack still. Forget it. The class you use, versatility, yeah. I get it like this, I guess. they're too close. In terms of cooldown, no, we're good. Yeah, I really don't think that speeds anything up. What do you think the top 1% will be? I have no idea. I don't really think about it too much, honestly. You never know what could happen, especially considering all the boosting and stuff that's going to happen in the last weeks. All I know is I will not be getting it.
I will slice the flesh from your bones.
Why does it say it's up though? I don't get it. I just timed 23 seat, nice. This is the first season. I'm kind of tired of Mythic Plus. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the moving target. I feel of not being on and potentially missing out. Yeah, I don't really like how they handled any of this situation, frankly, but not personally how I would have handled it. A percentage thing is nice when it's like super prestigious, but when otherwise it's just like the 1% thing is not the way I would have handled it. What's this about? Did that guy just taunt that mob? Yeah, I think it should have been Resilient 20. If you're going for something like that, then that's what they should have just did instead. Personally, I would rather it be like a collection of keys timed and something like. If you're giving prestige mounts out, it shouldn't be something that you can just pay for. I'd rather it be something that like you had to upgrade 100 keys and then you got the mount or something like that. I don't really think we need like multiple layers of prestige when things aren't even prestigious. Honestly, I guess our best chance scenario here is to just pull all of this. Like, this key doesn't really feel like we have any shot of upgrading it currently. And I'm not entirely sure why. Yeah, that's what I figured. This is probably not that uncommon. But I see why I wasn't doing it, because the healer got 2 and immediately died. Oh yeah, with the monk it would be easier, yeah. But the healer got two beams on him and he instantly died to it. There's a way to bug it out so the guy, yeah, that's what somebody was saying with Shadow Meld or something. Timer's tight.
I have many, many wares.
Do you think it's not worth doing it if you don't bug it out? How do you do the melt? Because I have Shadow Meld. How does it work? Either way is fine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they can't be by spec currently because it doesn't work that way, but you don't get scored per spec currently. Oh, I can't do it at all as a tank. I need to wash my fucking cup. Someone else pulls other one, melds, or feign death, they reset and become target dummies. All 3 of them become target dummies? You can desync the beams a bit if you pull the new mech as the previous starts his. So we should wait to pull the 3rd one. That's weird. I thought you meant melding the beam. No, no idea. Want to hear something that has haunted me for 2 days now? I missed Algathar 20, I guess, by 0.2 seconds because even her died on last boss. Oh yeah, that's tough. You don't actually lose time for that too. But yeah, him being dead probably mattered a lot. LeBron says he's not ready to reveal next team. Alright, yeah, no worries. Just wait the whole fucking summer. I would wait until August. Or I would wait until October. Why not? Don't have to do any summer workouts. Want to hear something? I read that. 21, not 20Q. Oh, gotcha. 0.2 seconds is troll. Yeah, that's rough.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Maybe pulling it now is the best way. Technically, you missed it by 1.2, yeah. Yeah, you have to be a full second over for it to count. What's his next mechanic? Red wind. That guy's Fury as well. Yeah, I guess there's all 4 bosses. You can't have more than 1 target on them, right? So maybe Arms is just terrible in this dungeon. You can do some crazy stuff to have it for the first 3 bosses. Oh, for real. You ever try Sandland? Nope. Oh, you're just joking around. Why is blood boil blue? Is it because of the route? Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's not gonna happen in regular key. Alright, well, it died.
I will slice the flesh from your bones.
When pulled off, though, it's a hell of a time save. I imagine so, yeah. Not sure why the boss damage chart doesn't reset on this fight. Or is, oh, it's because it's still on overall. That's fine.
Beware.
Fun fact that the glaive he tosses still does tons of damage on the way back, even after he dies. Oh, wow, really? That don't sound like a very fun fact. Sounds like an unfun fact. Yeah, now they're out of sync at calling that. Or are they? No, they're not. That did not happen. Like almost perfectly synced up. Even though we waited. But the one's dead already, so that's good. I think that's faster even with the death. Holding less till next instance, so yeah. As long as we use it before the second boss, or before the third boss, it's fine. Okay, guess nobody wants me to soak it. I keep trying to take it from people, but they won't move. Use lust. Brett's the only one paying attention, which is funny on its own. Do you run zone in basketball? Are you talking about anti-magic zone? No. If the answer is for basketball, yes. If the answer is for WoW, no. Anti-magic man, I think, is better.
Our might rules the skies. Behold, terror given wings.
I'm Aussie, I don't even know what basketball is. Oh, yeah, no. Just the way you said it made me think you were talking about basketball, sorry.
Beware.
You just healed through the quills? Yep. I put AMS and Vamp Blood up and very easy to survive. Just need one Death Strike. Maybe you don't even need one Death Strike, I don't know, but I do it obviously in the middle of the phase anyway. It takes the nonsense out of the fact that you might not get back in time as well. We've seen that happen many times on this channel now.
Beware.
Yeah, with Icebound and AMS up, I don't even need a Death Strike. That's super easy. Probably with just AMS up, I don't know. I use Vamp Blood in the middle of the phase for no reason. There's no need to use it on this fight ever. Outside of that part. But if for some reason you only use AMS, I think you're probably still good. Just one Death Strike.
Beware.
Yeah, 1 million, that's rough. Okay, we got through it. How the fuck do I have 8 stacks for A, man? This is so stupid. I really can't decide what we need to do next. I think we're alright to take it slow. Just one pack at a time with no major issues. Like, I'm not sure how that other pack aggroed, so I don't want to risk pulling it again. Don't have anything for the shear, unfortunately. Yeah, plenty of time here though. Okay. 5 minutes for the boss. Surely, well, more like 4.5, but surely there's a shot.
We will cast you down like the mongrels you are. Cast them down! Let the scavengers below feed on their pulse.
Good start.
Cast them down! Let the scavengers below feed on their pulse.
I hate that we can see the HP. Oh, I fucking hate that. That was always the reason I hated Tolagor so much, because you'd see like multiple levels of shit the whole way. It only seems to happen here if you move the camera a certain way, but yeah. Or I guess it's just the mobs aren't close enough if you don't do it otherwise, but... Dying.
Cast them down! Let the scavengers below feed on their food.
That's not gonna die. It's gonna go into the fire. Guess it doesn't matter. Thought that was gonna be worse.
Cast them down! Let the scavengers below feed on their food.
We got it. Got another piece of score. 58 seconds left too. Not too bad. 14 points. Thank you, Tank. You're the GOAT. See? Slow is smooth. Thanks. I agree with that statement. Not the GOAT part. The slow is smooth statement. Smooth is fast. Alright, cool. Well, we finished one key for the week, so that's time to go, I think. Realistically, we're not going to get anything more done in the next 40 so minutes or whatever we'd have still, but... Rep Pally, Unholy, and Fury Warrior. Yeah, that's that for us today. We're going to be stopping here. But we will be back next week. I think that'll be it for streaming the full schedule. We'll go back to Fridays off. We'll see, maybe even take a Thursday or something here, because I really want to try to get as many videos done as possible. And I'm having trouble getting them made, first of all, but also having enough time to publish them. So, yeah, tomorrow we're going to have a banger. Part 3 for Carnage. You guys have been following that story. Part 3 tomorrow, so... Stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we'll definitely stream next week and see where we're at on this. But yeah, realistically, I mean, I think we probably have less than 4 weeks before the actual patch. So that is not a lot of time for videos. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.